So I'm going to tell you a story. The story is about a two. The two was a criminal, and the king was tired of him. So he sent his guards out into the city, and they captured him. They brought him back and put him in the dungeon with two guards. Now the two guards were the two jacks, and the two jacks decided to keep the king happy, they must never let him get away. So they put him in chains between them. Now, what they didn't know is that he was an escape artist, kind of like Houdini. He could get out of chains. So at night when they fell asleep, now you need to watch the magic, he would wiggle, still in chains. 1 minute he was in chains, the next minute he has escaped. Now, he would go around, and then in the morning, before the guards woke up, he would sneak back into the prison. And then when the guards woke up, he would be back between them again. Now, this caused them great concern, but the guards found out that he was escaping because the other prisoners were telling on him. So he was escaping, but it really wasn't their fault. He was just a good escape artist. Here he is, he's clearly below the two jacks, and yet somehow he can get right back in between them again. Now this caused the guards to change their mind about how to do things. They said, we're no longer going to sleep at night, we're going to have to stay awake. So they kept their eyes open all night long. They watched and made sure he did not get away. But did he get away? Yes, he did, and the king found out about it. Now here's the explanation. You have a two and a jack, it's a double facer. You have a slit card. The slit is cut from the side at the bottom and goes through to the center of the circle. So you're basically cutting the pie. If this is a piece of pie, you're cutting the pie in half.
And all the way to this line.
Right to this line right here, where the pie ends. Okay? That's the other jack. So you have two jacks, one's a heart, one's a diamond, or you could use clubs and spades, doesn't matter. And then the king is a normal king. So the arrangement when you start is this. Okay? You square them up.
Straight card on top.
Straight cards on top. You square up, you spread with your thumb to push two to the left, and you pull the two out, and then you spread these two again this way, covering the slit so it doesn't get exposed. You don't want the slit exposed. So you put the two on top and you have a fan. The fan is important. You can then release your thumb and show three cards. The reason you have this arrangement is so that you can reach down with biddle grip and grab the two. As you say, he had two guards. Now when you go to square these up, you can either have them lined up like this and push down until it bumps into the bottom card. You're turning over two cards simultaneously. Here you have the double facer. Here you have the king hidden by the jack, but it looks like one card. So again, in real time, I have here, I pick up, showing the two jacks, put that back on, and now I say, in order to keep the king happy, they wanted him to never escape. So you slide this one out. The temptation is to put this one in the middle. No, you want to slide the middle one out so that there's no question in their vision that he goes in the middle. You jog this one out a little bit until it passes the slot, but don't immediately put it in the slot, please. Just wait for a second. Say, he was an escape artist. He could wiggle. Now you're in the slot, and the way you get in the slot is simply by having this, and you push up with your pinky just ever so slightly so it's in the slot as you do your wiggle. So you say he was an escape artist and he could get out of chains and handcuffs. Well, he would wiggle at night when they fell asleep. Now all you do is you continue your wiggling in this position and you slide your thumb forward. You have to tell the spectator to watch the magic or they will miss this half of the time. You say he's in the middle, he is their prisoner 1 minute, and the next minute he is not their prisoner, he has escaped. Then you go back in here and a slight pressure up will open the slit so that it goes back in between. You square up like this, and then when you shake, Just the shaking motion, all you're doing is that. So it looks like that. And it jumps back from the bottom to the middle.
Beautiful. I didn't know how you're doing, but that was easy to do.
Very easy to do. It's not really a move. It's just simply learning to put your thumb from there to there.
Right.
Then, now you have to get it out of the slot and look like you're not fiddling with the cards and repositioning them. So you simply grab this card, pull it partway out, grab both cards, and pull this all the way out, and then spin this over top. You're covering the slit the whole time. Now, with these in a crisscross fashion, the slit is here. You take this and you say, it really wasn't their fault. He was just a good escape artist. Again, you put slight pressure up as you push these underneath. And you want to bring the edge of this two, not too far, but you want to bring it up to the level of the border. That's a very convincing position that this card is underneath both of those. All you do now is I call this the swivel move. You swivel forward until the corner of this card falls out of the slot and then it comes back. So what it looks like in real time is you say, here's the two, he was able to go from there to there, okay? That's a very magical moment because it's clearly below and yet it ends up on top. Now here, you're going to slide out and you're going to just gently regroup the cards by putting the two on the bottom, squaring up. Now this is a very subtle inconsistency, but it never gets caught. You guys didn't catch it. I haven't had a magician here today catch it. You say the guards decided to change their plan. They could no longer fall asleep at night. They decided to keep their eyes open. By turning these face up and then face down again, the spectator loses track of where the two is and whether it's face up or face down. They don't know. They've not been keeping track. So you say they decided to keep their eyes open. You pick up, this is the king. Now the slit card is here, but it's partially covered by this as you turn those over and spread. Your thumb is covering the slit here. You set this on top, and with two fingers, you just slide this out. Everything is so clean. Now you say, did he get away? Yes, he did. And then this concludes the trick by simply the king found out about it. So he's gone. And people say, where did the two go? Oh my gosh, where did the king come from? But it ends the story. People know it's the end of the trick. And that's the trick.
You could have the two in your pocket.
Yep.
And pull it out.
To reset, the king simply goes on the bottom and everything turns over and you're ready to do it again.